What's going on? In this video, I'm going to talk about the top 5 keto myths and whether or not they're true. My number 5 keto myth is that eating fat makes you fat. And this is not necessarily just a myth for the ketogenic diet. This is a myth that I fell personally under the trap of just in dieting in general. And this is probably the most common misconception with the diet. For your body's metabolism and to function well in general, you absolutely need fat. There are essential fats and fatty acids that your body needs, specifically linoleic and linolenic acids. Eating fats like monounsaturated, polyunsaturated, omega-3s, saturated and trans fatty acids are not only essential but proven necessary to boost your fat burning potential and muscle building potential. My number 4 myth for the ketogenic diet is that you cannot eat vegetables on the diet, and this is just untrue. First off, in the diet, you're counting your net carbs, which is your total carbs minus your dietary fiber. So if you're eating a lot of sugar, you're not going to have any dietary fiber, so those carbs really add up. For this diet, high fibrous foods like vegetables and some types of fruits, like starchy foods in general, high fibrous foods are accepted because their net carbs are relatively low. So not only is it accepted in the diet, but it's obviously encouraged because of the nutritionally dense food that vegetables are, the essential vitamins and nutrition that you get from eating vegetables is a staple in any diet to be healthy. My number 3 myth when it comes to the ketogenic diet is eating high fat will increase your cholesterol. So this is true in a sense because eating high fatty foods like avocado and bacon and eggs and cheese will actually increase your cholesterol, but there are 2 main types of cholesterol: HDL, or high density lipoprotein, and then there's LDL, which is low density. Eating excessive amounts of carbs and sugars is actually proven to increase the HDL in your body, which is the bad cholesterol. But eating fats actually increases your LDL and in some cases actually decreases your HDL. And the LDL, or the low density lipoprotein, is the healthy cholesterol your body needs, and the HDL is the unhealthy cholesterol. My number 2 myth when it comes to the ketogenic diet is that eating low carbs is extremely unhealthy for your body's functioning. And this again is another myth that I had to work myself through when I first found out about the diet. When you do the ketogenic diet, your body stops using carbohydrates for functioning. So you stop using glucose and you phase out of your body's physiological state of glycolysis and enter ketosis, where you're using fats instead of carbs. And there are multiple studies that show that the effects of actually going into ketosis is much more beneficial to your brain function, fat burning, muscle retention, your cells. There are tons of studies that I've read and seen that show the improvements people's brains and bodies make when making the switch from carbs to ketone. Essentially, limiting your carbs has no real effect on you in this diet, except for positive. And my number 1 myth for the ketogenic diet is that your brain needs carbohydrates and glucose to function. I've seen a lot of people hating or dissing the ketogenic diet because there are certain studies that show that you need X amount of glucose for your brain to function properly, and if you don't have that, it's not going to function properly. And this is true if you are in glycolysis or if you're actively eating over 50 to 70 grams of carbs a day. When you're in ketosis, your body is utilizing ketone bodies, so glucose is no longer necessary for your brain function. And not only is it unnecessary, but there are multiple studies showing that your brain functions better in ketosis than in glycolysis. For example, BHB, which is one of the main ketone bodies, actually provides more energy per unit of oxygen used than glucose. Ketones provide more mitochondria, which is the powerhouse of the cells, essentially. So by increasing the mitochondria in the cells, you're increasing the energy capabilities of these cells. Essentially makes energy more obtainable for the brain's function. Ketones have been shown to be neuroprotective, so basically they help to prevent oxidation and they prevent amyloids in the brain. Essentially, this means that it's helping your brain's cognitive function, and it's not letting neurons get overexcited, and it's protecting the cell walls. Probably the most interesting thing I've seen about this diet is that I saw a study where a group of elderly people with Alzheimer's was taken, and there was a placebo group and there was a group that was put on the ketogenic diet. And over the course of the study, 91% of the Alzheimer's patients that went through this study showed improvement that were on the ketogenic diet, and 25% were able to return to their daily functions, which is what is absolutely insane. This to me easily shows that the thought that your brain needs glucose to function is false. There are a lot of studies that show that your brain actually functions better in ketosis not using glucose. If you thought this video was interesting or you found useful information, give it a thumbs up. And if you're looking for more future content on dieting, health, and fitness, give me a subscribe.